Yep, another one. 3 months later with the Galaxy Z Fold 2. And as per usual, man, with all the rumors that will be coming around, I thought, let's do a follow-up, man. Year on end into 2021 from the end of 2020. How has the Z Fold 2 held up? What's my thoughts on it? And what am I thinking needs to be improved in the next one? Let's do it, man. So yeah, again, with these type of videos, man, I'm trying to just make sure I'm laid back, no script, and really just share my thoughts on how the phone has held up, how the device has held up, and where I think it's leading, if it's the right choice, the right decisions, and just my overall thoughts on it. And I'm going to just start with the overall build quality of this. This, like I said before, man, it still amazes me. It just does not feel like a prototype product. It feels finished. It feels premium. The brushed metal over the edges, this mystic bronze color again with the matte satin finish, the strong flex hinge improvement, the more kind of squared off but with the rounded feel. Like, I don't know how else to put it, man. Honestly, this really does feel like the real deal. The satisfaction of still having to close it with that dampened kind of shut close feeling, it's on point. It's really held its piece together, and it's something where over the first generation, for it to be such a big improvement, you really have to commend Samsung on this. Now, when it comes to just the whole display experience, again, man, did the pixel count on there. This is pretty much a quad high definition display with 120 hertz at the same time. So I've said it, man, for 2020, if there is a device from Samsung that you want high resolution and also high refresh rate at the same time on an AMOLED panel, Z Fold 2 is the only phone that you can, it's pretty much the only device that they do that does it. Now, the outer display, I would say that is still kind of usable. I definitely will want it to be a slightly wider width, something as wide as maybe the width of an iPhone 12 mini or a Pixel 4a. It's just about usable. It's way better than the first generation. Definitely would love to see at least the 90 hertz display, if not the same 120 hertz display as the inside. So in terms of a consistent usage, overall, it's not bad. It can feel a bit cramped, but it's usable enough where it feels enough like a normal phone when you close it. Now, when it comes to obviously the camera experience, again, this definitely hasn't got the best set of cameras from Samsung. They're workable. I think the best selling point to the camera experience definitely has to be the flexibility of using things like the main camera sensor as the selfie, as well as obviously being able to switch in between, use the different flex mode as the viewfinder where you can see your pictures instantly. But the outright quality is somewhere of a mix of a hybrid between the S10 series and the S20 series. So it's good, but definitely that's one area I would love to see Samsung's best camera hardware in the next version. Software wise, very good, but it's good with an asterisk. The same frustrations really still linger there. I really hope Samsung can find a way to just communicate well with Google and just get the underpinnings where it just understands, like the quirks where you're watching something on the outer display on YouTube and it's in 720p. When you're going to end the display, it's still in 720p. You have to force close sometimes, restart it. Apps like Instagram not scaling well unless you install Good Lock. Again, I've done full first impressions as well as reviews on the Z Fold 2, so links in the description below. I'm going to put in the end cards as well as the cards above. Go watch it. This is more just reflecting 3 months later, how has the device held up, and as well as the software being such a beast in terms of the accessibility of creating different app pairs, running 3 apps at the same time, you know, just being able to go into the different hinge modes when you're either in video calls with compatible apps. Again, with compatible apps, I just want the software to really be polished enough where it's so much more intuitive, where you don't have to actually figure out what works and what doesn't work once you know how actually to use the phone properly in its learning curve. So software is good. In terms of software updates for what Android 11 will be for this, I don't know. With the new One UI, I don't know. But overall, I'm pleased with it. I think it is still the most exciting part that actually draws me into using this phone. We're just hoping for more polish when it comes to it. Hardware wise, with the software, no S Pen support. I'm hoping we can get S Pen support, and I'm hoping that this UTG in the display glass, which still amazes me that there's an element of glass in here that's bending and closing, whether it's a glass substrate or whatnot. I really hope that they make the inner display strong enough to be able to stand having a built-in S Pen and S Pen support. So I'm really looking forward to that on the 3rd generation. Battery, man, it still just amazes me how the battery health is and battery life is so good for what is effectively the same battery capacity at 4,500 milliamps and the same charging speed, which we're going to get to, as Samsung's other phones, and yet it's probably still one of the best endurance that I've had. I don't know whether that's just a mix of, you know, having an 865 plus that's in there, the optimization, but this is one of the best battery experiences you're going to get on a Samsung device this year, and really does pace out the Exynos 990 version of the Note 20 Ultra for sure. What else? I'm thinking, yes, charging. So charging, I really do wish the charging speed was a lot quicker. I don't know whether it's because of the split dual cell configuration, but it does take longer than some of the other 25 watt charging phones that Samsung has. It takes almost like an hour and a half to charge to full. And at that price, I definitely want it to be charging a lot quicker. So I'm hoping that they get it to an hour, under an hour, with also an even bigger battery capacity as well. And performance wise, it's held up really well. But again, for how intense the multitasking and the performance is, I'm really looking forward to them actually pushing the limit, adding 16 gigabytes of RAM in there. I know people are going to say it's overkill, but this thing, you can really push it. When you go into the management, you can see that RAM's really getting eaten up. So I really love this device, man. It's probably still my favorite device of all time in terms of just the excitement it brings. I've never really been that excited to use a product and unbox a product versus this. And if you go back to watch like the unboxing in it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where is Samsung really taking this? And I think, you know what, they are innovating on a hardware level where the foldable folding screen devices are really part of the future. I'm all for it. I can't wait for the refinements of it to keep getting better. I can't wait for where the 3rd generation is going, the 4th generation is going, the 5th generation is going. What Samsung have been able to achieve here, although very expensive and not really still a sensible buy, I think if you were to buy it and use it, you would not regret this. Few people would, and it doesn't maybe gel for everyone, which is perfectly understandable. But I think just the whole Infinity Flex platform that they've achieved here, it's so good and I don't regret it. I keep saying this, man, for all the phones that I review and test, once I'm done with them, I'm just crying to put my main SIM card, my personal SIM card, back into my Z Fold 2. Not really a full review, but more of a 3 months later of how it's held up, and I really love what's been done here. And that's it for me, man. Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy follow-up videos like this, you know exactly what to do, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.